And now I would like to invite Dr. Mohamed Hasan to give his talk titled Optimal Experience in Teaching. Dr. Mohamed, please take the floor.
I think I will stand behind the podium. It feels safer here. Assalamu alaikum. Today, actually, I'm going to talk about a topic that interests me, optimal experience in teaching. My talk is based on my synthesis of research done in many fields such as psychology, business, education, and even spirituality. So, to start with, I have a question. How many of you here in your teaching careers have felt frustrated by the task of teaching? You felt that you were busy all the time, you didn't have time to do other important activities, and you thought that teaching took up most of your time. How many? Okay. How many also feel that or have felt bored by the task of teaching during your career, that you have started thinking about looking for another job or thinking about your future life, your retirement? How many? Okay. This is very normal. Actually, as teachers, we swing back and forth between frustration and boredom. The optimal experience, the ideal situation is to have an optimal experience in teaching, and this is the aim of my presentation. The diagram here, which you can see on the screen, summarizes what I am going to say. As you can see, on the left-hand side, we have challenges, and at the bottom, we have skills. So, to be in the optimal experience channel, which is in the middle, we have to balance our skills and challenges to a point where they are in the middle. Let's look at the diagram in more detail. Point number one there. Point number one here is when we start teaching. Usually when we start teaching at the beginning of our career as teachers, we are having an optimal experience. The level of skills and challenges are quite appropriate, and we enjoy our teaching, and we are happy, and we have a certain sense of urgency. But as we master the material that we teach, and as we increase our skills, we gradually move toward point number two, which is complacency. We feel bored, and this is something we have been doing for a long time, and it doesn't motivate us. So we think that we have enough skills. How do you go back? Okay. We think that we have enough skills to teach the course, and we don't need to learn anything new, because this is something we have been doing for a long time. So the trigger here is a pride. We feel proud about our skills, and we don't want to learn anything new. So pride blocks our learning. We are preoccupied with havings. we have a lot of skills, we have a lot of qualifications, and we have. So we don't need to learn anything new. This is complacency. At the level of complacency, we are usually content. We don't try to challenge the status quo. We feel happy where we are. The other route is here to point number 3. We might decide to raise our challenges to a high point and go to point number 3 towards a false sense of urgency. At this level, we are preoccupied with doing. We take lots of action, but because our actions are impulsive, ironically, our actions do little to challenge the status quo. So we mistake activity for productivity. Here, the feelings are anger and anxiety. We are angry and anxious most of the time. So to go back to the optimal experience challenge, we have to raise our skills to go to the optimal channel. Okay. Now, what do I mean by a true sense of urgency? Of course, in the previous slide, here, at the middle, we have a true sense of urgency. This is the optimal experience, the best in teaching, to have a true sense of urgency. What do I mean by a true sense of urgency? A true sense of urgency is taking quick and easy actions that usually do not require the creation of a new project. They fit into your existing calendar for the upcoming week and month. They do not require new resources. Quick and easy usually means using existing plans, budgets, and activities in a new and different way. So, if evidence suggests that I have a complacency problem or a false sense of urgency, if I feel content, or if I take action that is not productive in my teaching, what do I do? Okay. Now, first of all, you have to realize that this is not a problem with methods or attitudes. This is a problem of paradigm. This is a problem with your approach. If you try to work on your methods and attitudes, you will not get anywhere. It's like trying to get to the center of London using a map of Paris. You can work on your methods. You can use a fast car, for example, a Ferrari, to get to the center of London. But a Ferrari would get you faster to the wrong place because the map is incorrect. You can work on your attitudes. You can say, I can do it. I am positive, but that won't help you as well because the map does not match the territory. So we have to work on the map, on the paradigm. Okay? And actually, we cannot shift our paradigm overnight. This is a long process. So a person with a sense, with a true sense of urgency, won't try to shift their paradigm overnight. This takes a long time. So what do I do? We cannot really understand paradigm without understanding motives and feelings of teachers. So a teacher with a true sense of urgency would just perhaps raise the paradigm shifting questions. Number one, in your daily reflections, about your teaching, you might ask the following question. What does teaching mean to me? I have asked this question to a number of teachers, and here are some of the answers. Service, self-realization, success, money, fame, status. So these are the goals or the meanings of teaching. The next question you would ask is, what are the feelings associated with each meaning? So you have these meanings, right? Service, money, fame. So what are the feelings associated with each one of them? How would you feel if you achieve these goals? If you achieve success in teaching? If you make money out of teaching, how would you feel? If you become famous through teaching, how would you feel? Here are some answers. I would feel happy, secure, and free. So these are the feelings. So these are the means and these are the ends. Okay? These are the ends. I can achieve these ends through these means. Okay? The third question, can I have direct access to happiness, security, freedom without service, self-realization, success, money, fame, status? I'm asking you, can I have direct access? Is it possible to be happy without all of these goals? Well, there are two possibilities. Number one, no. I can't have access to happiness, security, freedom without these goals. And this is the answer that you would get from complacent people, people who have who are complacent and have a false sense of urgency. By saying no, I can't be happy, secure, or free without these things, you make your happiness, security, and freedom external. It is dependent, or they are dependent on all of these goals. So your security, freedom, and happiness are vulnerable to all of these. If you achieve fame, you would feel happy. Money, you would feel happy. Service, you would feel happy. But if you can't, it's the opposite. So you are vulnerable. The other answer is yes. I can have access to happiness, security, freedom without service, self-realization, success, money, fame, and status. And this is the answer that you would get from people with a true sense of urgency. Their happiness is internal. It is not dependent on any of these. Yes, I can. It should be I can. Yes. Yes, I can. This is a mistake here. Yeah. Yes, I can. Because of copy-paste. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So you are invulnerable to any of these. Now let's come back to the diagram here, or the chart. Here, as you can see, being, having, doing. Your havings, your skills and knowledge. Your doing, the actions you take are meaningless without being. This means you have to be invulnerable in order to make sense, in order your havings and doings, in order for them to make sense. So, to conclude, as teachers, we are caught up between a false sense of urgency and complacency. We go back and forth. The ideal situation is to have an optimal experience, is to make the best out of teaching, is to be here, is to be. First, to be, and to have a true sense of urgency and do our work lovingly. Thank you.